We begin tonight with this new video of that horrific helicopter crash into the Hudson River and what it reveals. Investigators looking closely at the stunning new images as divers recover pieces of the aircraft now. The chilling new images showing a panoramic view of the crash from the moment something appears to shift. Something happens to that helicopter and then it's plunged right into the river. All of it in under 10 seconds. It came crashing down, landing upside down in the water, and today the mangled fuselage lifted out of the waters. Tonight, this video believed to be from inside that same helicopter last September, showing what the passengers would have seen. This evening, we're learning more about the family of 5 and the pilot on board yesterday afternoon, all 6 dying in the crash. The family visiting from Spain, the father Siemens executive Agustin Escobar, his wife and their children 4, 8, and 10. They were celebrating the wife's 40th birthday, and their middle child would have turned 9 today. The pilot tonight, identified as a Navy veteran, 36-year-old Sean Johnson, posting this video to Facebook just 2 weeks ago, flying over Manhattan. Investigators are looking at all of the possibilities. Was it a bird strike? Was it a major mechanical malfunction? Why did the rotor come apart from the helicopter? ABC's chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky on the scene again tonight with these new images and what investigators are saying so far.
Tonight, new video obtained by ABC News shows the doomed sightseeing helicopter twisting in the air before breaking apart and dropping out of the sky. Watch the top left part of the screen. The chopper passes behind that high-rise, then appears to turn to its right and disintegrate. Pieces of the tail rotor flying, the main rotor spinning off as the helicopter plunges into the Hudson River, crashing upside down. Federal safety investigators are poring over the wreckage, and the Army Corps of Engineers is helping salvage pieces still in the water. Tonight, the NTSB is investigating reports of a large flock of birds in the area and is appealing for public help.
If you want to contact us because you believe that you have information that could be pertinent to our investigation, please reach out to us.
Apparent pieces of the helicopter are still floating here in the Hudson River. We can see writing on what may be part of the fuselage, along with cushions from the helicopter's seats. Every piece crucial to the investigation.
The thing is, you never know when you're in an accident investigation. It might be one bolt, it might be one screw that would give you the key to finding out what exactly happened.
The 17-minute flight ending in unspeakable tragedy for the family of 5 from Spain that was on board. Agustin Escobar and his wife Mercedes, both executives at global tech company Siemens, along with their 3 children, ages 4, 8, and 10. Today would have been the middle child's 9th birthday.
They were celebrating the mom's 40th birthday. They were very excited. It's just really a sad story the more you learn about it.
The pilot, 36-year-old Sean Johnson, a Navy veteran, posted this video on Facebook 2 weeks ago, showing himself flying over Manhattan.
I don't know how to put it into words, just fun. He was just an amazing man. And that's, it's always good ones.
The NTSB said he had 788 hours of flight time, but investigators are still calculating how much time he had spent in that particular helicopter. The operator, New York Helicopter Tours, has a good safety record. It flies hundreds of flights each week. There were 2 hard landings more than a decade ago, neither fatal. But this is the 3rd fatal tour helicopter crash here in the last 15 years. 5 people were killed when a helicopter crashed in the East River in 2018. 9 people died when a helicopter and a plane collided over the Hudson River in 2009. The Bell 206 is a workhorse, David. It's used for these tour flights, also for medical transport, even by law enforcement. So, David, there's a lot riding on the outcome of the investigation. David?
Aaron Katursky back on the scene tonight for us. Aaron, thank you.
Excuse me. Shalom. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Please give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me well. Give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me well. Thank you and welcome. Once again, shalom to all of you. Beloved, this is no joke. This is not something 83 is doing on their own. This isn't something they are planning or something they are doing just to distract you. This isn't what that is. This is real. For those of you who may not know, years ago we had made multiple videos concerning the ley lines, concerning the energy, the shift that is happening. We indeed told everyone that at one point you won't be able to fly. And this isn't us trying to bring fear out there. A lot of people out there, they are starting to sing this. Yay, you have editor come on and say, well, airplane crash happen every day. Helicopter crash happen every day. Yes, they do. But every day they are happening, it's a CEO. Every day they are happening, it's a high level, high ranking people, billionaires, millionaires that are dying out there. We did warn you. See, what you're calling airplanes or the helicopters or anything that move on its own, and you people say, oh, there's this technology and stuff. To a degree, yes. But your airplane is nothing but a low-tech magical being. It's a magical device. It fly because of magic. What is magic? Energy. It flew. Well, an airplane do not fly. It is flown. A bird do not fly. It is flown. A fish do not swim. It is swum. The water, the current. Have you ever heard like fish follow the current underwater or animal follow the energy of the earth? Well, it's an energy. It's magic. Even you, human being, once you start drinking, and the alcohol get into your system and then permeated in your fascia and your nerve, it disrupted the ley lines in your body. Your judgment is affected. You won't be able to drive or walk or talk normally. Well, that's pretty much the same thing with the ley lines. They are all over the earth. The invisible spider webs that are everywhere on the earth, they permeated us, and they are magical things. It's crazy, but it is according to our stories. Now, because the blessing that so-called 83 you people had, the blessing come with the ability to soar through the sky, to go upon the sea, to drive and go to our train. You see those train tracks? You did not build them. They were already there. When you folk came in here, the train tracks were already there. They had trains like years ago. This is like ancient technology. You see, the ability for you to travel upon the sea and come here, it was part of the blessing. Since the blessing is done, it's over, you will see there will be a lot of boats that are going to be missing. Don't be surprised one day and then the news come out, they say, oh, well, these huge cruise ships with thousands of people on board and something happened. They don't know, it just disappeared or it sucked or something happened. And people were like, oh, well, cruise ship, they get into accident all the time. I remember back in 1974 and things like that. Couple people, they will try to do the same thing. At one point, you won't be able to come here. You won't be able to fly out of here. And not only here, everywhere. So what we are noticing, beloved, is those billionaires are dying. A few months ago, we had an airplane crash somewhere around up north, and the fellow that were in the airplane with his whole family was the guy that was trying to steal a farm from a black family, from black people, whatever that story was. You have to ask yourself, beloved, who are those people? Who are those folks that are dying in those horrible accidents? What did they do? What are they doing behind closed door, behind the scene? What did they do to deserve this type of death? The entire family died. The father, the mother, and the child. There is well, according to what they are saying, there is no heir to the family, to the money. Okay. The company name is Siemens. Some of you are familiar with it, but let's just do a little research and break this thing down. All right, let's see if we can get. We have. I don't like getting New York Times. They will. Okay, all right. Well, there we go. New York Times already asking me to. Yeah, yeah. New York Times already asked me to pay. Oops. I was trying to get New York Times so we can break this thing, but New York Times want us to pay. Okay. We'll go into Spanish. Okay, the Spaniard who came here in 1492. Okay. Lately, you see Spain been catching hell. The flooding, the earthquake, the fires, and then now this fellow. Let's get another helicopter crash. Well, there was one in North Carolina and Hudson River. Hopefully, we get something that will not ask us to pay. Let's take US Insider. There we go. Already asking. We need photos. Is that photos? No. Yep. So there you go. Let's break that down a little bit of it, okay? Spain being, the Spaniards, they are catching hell, all right? Let's see what's going on here. All right, let's go with the beginning. There will be a lot of those things going on, okay? All right. Now, officials ID all victims in New York City helicopter crash. What we know. Now, this is what they know. This is them bringing the news, and we will see the news through the eyes of the Holy Spirit. Augustin Escobar, CEO of Rail Infrastructure of Siemens, I like to call it Simons, Mobility, his family, and the helicopter pilot were killed when crashed into the Hudson River. All right, let's break down. Ask our trusty AI here. What does the name Augustine means and the etymology of it?
Augustine is a name with Latin origins derived from the word Augustinus, which means great or venerable. It comes from Augustus, a title used by Roman emperors, which itself signifies majestic or worthy of honor. So Augustine carries a sense of reverence and respect.
And what does the name Escobar mean?
Escobar is a Spanish surname that likely originates from the word escoba, meaning broom or shrub. The suffix "ar" often indicates a place, so Escobar might have originally referred to someone who lived near a broom-covered area or a place abundant with shrubs. It's a toponymic surname, meaning it describes a geographic feature or location.
Such as a land, right?
Yes, exactly. It's a surname that describes a place or geographic feature.
Thank you. Now, give me a little information about Siemens Mobility or Siemens Mobility, the tech company.
Siemens Mobility is a tech company specializing in transport solutions, including rolling stock, rail automation, electrification, and digital services. They're based in Munich, Germany, and have been active in the US for over 160 years, providing infrastructure and transportation solutions.
Are they Germans or are they French or?
Siemens Mobility is a German company.
Good. Now, with Siemens Mobility, what are the companies worth? How much money they are pulling every year, so to speak?
Siemens Mobility's annual revenue for fiscal year 2024 was around 10.5 billion euros, marking a 9% increase from the previous year.
9%, good. Didn't Siemens had a contract with the U.S. to build high-speed train, or am I mistaken that?
Yes, Siemens Mobility has a contract to supply 10 high-speed train sets for Brightline West, connecting Las Vegas to Southern California. They're also establishing a manufacturing facility in Horseheads, New York, with production starting in 2026.
Okay, with Brightline West, not Brightline East?
Yes, the contract is specifically for Brightline West, which will connect Las Vegas and Southern California.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now we got Augustus Escobar, which is a geographical place, a majestic geographical place, a majestic land. Of course, we know the so-called the Spanish, 1492, Sir Christopher Columbus, and was brought here by the Holy Spirit to bring the judgment upon our people because of the horrible things that we have done, and we have to be humbled by that. So that's the connection. Augustin Escobar, the CEO of Siemens. And Simon, some of you old school, you had some of the cell phones back then. They used to make good cell phones, and Nokia. Nokia was my favorite phone. Motorola, I mean, Motorola was American. Nokia was my favorite, and for some reason they stopped doing those things. So now you're seeing the CEO. He was a Spanish fellow from Spain, and his wife was 40 years old. I believe she came to celebrate her 40th or 40th. Yeah, 40th birthday. The daughter would have turned 9. Okay, let's watch. Let's read it, and then after that, we're going to watch the whole thing again. Okay, all right. So, Augustin Escobar, CEO of Rare Infrastructure of Siemens Mobility, his family, and the helicopter pilot were killed when it crashed onto the Hudson River. Okay. Officials have identified all 6 people aboard the sightseeing helicopter that crashed into the Hudson River near New Jersey as investigators scour the murky water for additional parts of the helicopter. All right. Now, among the 6 killed in the April 10th, okay, April 10th crash, April 10th. Number 10, you know what to do? You know who's in the midst. Crash where pilot Sean Kesey Johnson. Well, I'm not quite sure. There is a lot of Sean lately involving with crash. For instance, who is Sean Duffy? Hello? Are you there? Are you familiar with Sean Duffy, the head of the FAA, I believe?
As of now, Chris Rochelow is the acting administrator of the FAA. Brian Bedford, CEO of Republic Airways, has been nominated, but his confirmation is pending.
Okay, who was Sean Duffy? What he was doing? What was his job over there?
Sean Duffy was not the head of the FAA. He is a former U.S. representative from Wisconsin who served in Congress and is now a political commentator.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, what does the name Sean mean?
Sean was an Irish name derived from Sean, which is the Irish form of John. It means God is gracious or God is merciful.
Oh, God is gracious. So what does a name like Sean Johnson means?
Sean Johnson combines 2 names with meanings rooted in grace. Sean, as we mentioned, means God is gracious in Irish. Johnson is an English surname meaning son of John, and John also means God is gracious. So, the full name essentially emphasizes divine grace and mercy.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Sean means God is great, God is gracious. Johnson means son of John, son of the God, of God gracious, the gracious God, and things like that. And you got the pilot being somewhat a black man. All right. I really don't want to go into this because I really don't have emotional people that only take one side trying to tell me something. Okay. So, but Sean Kinsey Johnson, he was 36, 3 plus 6. There he goes again. And a family of 5 visiting from Spain, including Augustin Escobar. Let's see. Okay, 3 plus 6, you know what to do. Okay, executive of the Augustin Escobar and an executive at tech company Siemens or Simons, his wife, and their 3 children, okay, ages 4, 8, and 10. 4 plus 8. You know what to do. You know what's going on. And number 10, again, April 10. And the 10-year-old, the girl, one of the girls, I believe she was 8. She would have turned 9 today, I believe, or a few days. She would have turned 9 in April 12, which make her 9. Okay, so 4, 8, 10, 4 plus 8, 12, 12. Michael is in the midst, 10 is there, and everything. Escobar was in the city on business, but had extended the trip so he and his family could celebrate his daughter's 9th birthday. All right, on April 11th. The daughter would have been 9 on April 11th, but they all died on April the 10th. All right, we could say the daughter turned 9. All right, according to Stephen Fulop, the mayor of Jersey City, New Jersey. The Bell 206, okay, this is the helicopter 206, okay, 2 plus 0 plus 6, collapsed near Jersey City, New Jersey around 3:15 p.m. Again, look at the time. 3 plus 1 plus 5. You know what to do. They are locked in number 9. They cannot get out of this. I'm not making this up. When you're watching this, you're taking the quote unquote the sense of it. You're like, those people can get out of this thing. They can't. Let's keep on moving. After taking off the helicopter in downtown Manhattan for an aerial tour of the city, officials said the chopper was operated by New York Helicopter Charter Inn and was owned by Meridian Helicopter LLC based in Louisiana. The National Transportation Safety Board has begun to investigate it and stuff like that. Oh boy, let me see. Okay, well, pretty much that's what it is. Okay, and this is it's pretty cold out there. Okay, beloved. Okay, the water is cold. All right. Chairman Jennifer Homedy. We pretty much get everything that we need to get here. Okay, this is the pilot. He's an ex-Navy SEAL. Okay, all right. I don't want to go into him, Sean Johnson. All right. When it all comes together, then there you go. Okay, the whole let's come. Oops, okay. All right. This is the video of him. All right. This is the video of him. Let's watch the video, beloved, where what happened when the airplane, crashed. People are questioning this, beloved. Okay, People are questioning this, okay? People are like, yo, the way this thing happened, the airplane did just disassemble. The rudder just removed, it's just something, take it apart. It felt like it was hit by something. Running out of gas? I don't know if an airplane running, that's not what that is. People don't know. No, airplane won't, excuse me, helicopter do not run out of gas like that. That's not what that is. They're trying to come up with something. It's no. This thing, before it was in there, the pilot would have known, the trip. And if it run out of gas, it would have literally just go down. It would have gone down by itself. Running out of gas doesn't mean to take apart. When your car run out of gas, the door doesn't fly, the engine doesn't fly out, and the wheels and things like that. That's not what that is here. That's not what that is. Okay? We have to know that this thing was done. The CEO was taken down. It's not like, oh, the elite are taking the other elites out. Or he did this because he didn't want to pay taxes. Or he did this because he tried to go off grid so the government won't find him. No. We know exactly what's going on here. Our prayer, our fast took this thing down with those CEOs. You don't know what those CEO did, man. You don't know what they did to get in that place that they get here. Yes, and this is the Mosai's wrath, man. Those are CEOs, man. You don't know what those people did, man. You don't know how they get their wealth. You think a guy like Sir Elon or Donald Trump get their wealth by being honest or by doing the right thing or by working hard? You think that's how that is? You think that's no, man. There's a lot of stuff you don't know about those guys. Things that happen behind closed door. It's when things happen in the light. Now we're like, something going on here, right? What the hell? But anyway, let's see if we can see the video. Helicopter crash and Hudson River video. Okay, I believe this is I would like a shorter video. Yeah, look at this. Now, look at this, beloved, okay? Music in it. Okay? Look, this is not running out of gas, man. This is not, This is not running out of gas. This thing was taken apart by some form of energy. The ley line took it apart. Okay? All right? Look at this. I don't know why they put music in there. And people already questioning this, like, what the hell happened? What's happening here? This thing just, it literally, it just took apart and then it fell in there. Okay? I don't know if this happened in April. Okay, there's a video that show it over and over. You know what? Yeah, let's watch this one. Look at this. This is not running out of gas, man, okay? All right? Look at this. This is something else. Then again, I really don't want to get too much into this, try to prove things to people out there, because we've been saying this for years. We know it's the ley line. We know what's happening. The CEO was taken out by the angels because those guys, they did a lot. They did a lot to our people. Those are the folks that refuse to give up the reparation. They refuse to get the hell off the land, and then the Most High make it clear that you see over there in Spain, you Spaniard, Christopher Columbus, you can't come over here and then enjoy vacation and all that. Some people still do not have, they still don't receive the message. Yet, what they keep showing out there, the face of the black dude, okay? Chicago pilot, he from Chicago, he's incompetent. he's the one that did this and stuff like that. But then again, like I said, I really don't want to go into this guy. You know, him being black, people will get emotional. You send you an email, try to disturb you, but I don't want to stuff like that. So anyway, all right. So are we clear on that? Okay. Any question before we move to the next video? Okay, this isn't conspiracy theories like, oh, well, it's like Trump, he was trying to kill Trump, or the Illuminati, he was trying to tell the truth, the black guy knows something. No, that has nothing to do with that, friend. This is the Messiah, the angels, our power, the energy taking those people down. And we told them, we've been telling them, at one point, you won't be able to fly out of here and in here. You won't be able to fly at all. Okay, let me see. Okay, any question? I was not watching what they call this thing again, the chart for question. Any questions before we move? Everybody cool? There are plenty of stuff out there. I just leave the rest for you to find, okay? That's what that is. The ley line left them busted and disgusted. That's what that is. It's nothing more, nothing less. Other people can come and say, well, invisible missile, or they were set up and things like that. That's their opinion. But I will say, sir, this is our power doing this. Step aside. You see those crashes are happening every week now, every other day now, okay? And people are starting to questioning this, like, what the hell is going on? Oh, don't worry about that, man. That's like, those things happen all the time. It's just the media. The media try to make a big deal out of it. It is a freaking big deal, man. You got tech company, CEO, both wife and husband, die like that, man. And this isn't the first time, okay? For instance, all right, let me see if everybody good. Everybody good? Okay. All right, everybody good. All right, everybody good. Okay, for instance, all right, you're free to have your own opinion, but you're not gonna convince us that somehow some other elite is taking down this poor elite, this poor CEO, because I don't know, they try to bring Jacob's trouble. I know people will deal with, that's because they are planning Jacob's trouble, so they try to scare you for Jacob's trouble. Yeah, whatever. Okay, this happened. Airplane. Ronald Reagan, cliff off collision, I believe. Okay, let's watch this one 9 hours ago.
Look over Reagan International. Here at your screen, that is a live look over Reagan International Airport. Now, we have been telling you for the last hour or so about this new information coming in with the help of our Fox 5 DC team. And again, you are taking a live look as we have learned that a plane hit another plane's wing while on the runway at Reagan National Airport there Thursday afternoon. That is according to members of Congress who say they were on board at the time. 2 American Airlines planes clipped wings there at Reagan Airport. According to the FAA, one flight was bound for JFK International Airport. The other headed to Charleston International Airport. What I do want to do for you is pop up this statement that did come in from the FAA, I believe. Let's give you a look at that one as they give us kind of some information preliminary here. They said the wingtip of American Airlines Flight 5490 struck American Airlines Flight 4522 on a taxiway at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport around 12:45 p.m. local time Thursday. Flight 5490, a CRJ 900, was headed over to Charleston International Airport. That's over in South Carolina. Flight 4522 was headed to JFK International Airport in New York. The FAA will investigate. Please contact the airline for additional information.
So let me enlarge this. Let's break this down, beloved. Let's break this down. The wingtip Well, the title is Plane Clips Wings at Reagan Airport in DC with members of Congress on board. They had 6 members of Congress on board. This isn't like something light, man. This isn't happening to the regular civilians. This isn't something that happened and, like some regular workers or people. No, those are Congress people. Those are heavyweight. You don't know what those people were going to do, what kind of deal they were going to sign that was going to harm our people, man. You have no idea what those people were going to do, the words and the secret things they were going to bring. And then the angels did this and then make them not coming, to get in contact. You don't know what they want, whatever ceremony or ritual they were going to perform on that exact day, because they were waiting on certain exact places of the planet, alignment to do this thing, to hurt our people. And this thing happened and prevented them from doing this. Yes, they were up to something. You got 6 members of Congress on board. Remember the American airline thing that collided with the airplane, the Black Hawk helicopter. One of the CEO was on board. He didn't make it. A bunch of skaters, high grade figure skaters, they didn't make it. Who are those people? What they were doing? What did they do? Again, I really don't like to get into the whole gossip side of it. This is just an assumption. Beloved, when you take 6 members of Congress, okay, when you take 6, you flip it upside down. What does it turn into? When you take 6 members of Congress, you flip the blessing upside down. What do you have? Show you they can get out of this. 6 upside down, beloved, it's 9. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, the wingtip of American airline flights 5490. 5 plus 4 equal 9. 9 plus 0 equal 9. 5 plus 9, 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 0 equal 18. Is that what that is? 81? Or okay, let me see. 9, 9, 18. 18, 1 plus 8 equal what? Let's ask our friendly AI right here. All right, what is 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 0? And reduce the total to 1-digit number, please.
To reduce 567 to a single digit.
No. It's not 567. It's 490. Okay, 5,490. Excuse me. Reduce that to 1 number, please. 1 digit.
No worries. For 5,490, you add the digits. 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 0 equals 18. And you add those digits together. 1 plus 8 is 9. So the single digit is 9.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not making this up. It's right there in front of you. They're locked in this perpetual loop. They can get out of it. They can get out of the loop. 4 years ago, we had explained this in private to our Patreon. We had given homework how those people are locked in the number 9. They can get out of this, okay? All right, let's keep on moving. American Airlines 45, again, the number 45, 4 plus 5, 9, 22. On the taxiway at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport around 12:45. 12, the 12 tribes, so to speak, 4 plus 9, 4 plus 4, 4 plus 5, 45, 9 again, okay? PM on local time on Thursday is the day, April 10th, which is the same day that this thing happened in Hudson. The same day, I believe those people die over there in Hudson, that the same day this thing happened over there in Washington. Okay, flight 5490, a Bombardier CRJ what? 900. 9 plus 0 equal 9. You can't get out of this thing, man. You can't get out of it. It's a loop. They caught in this stuff. They're gonna do the best they're going to try to do, but it ain't gonna work. Every time they get it, it's gonna be worse. Okay, that's something that happened the same day or approximately a day later. I'm not quite sure whenever they say this. Okay, all right. So that's what that is. Okay, are we clear on this? They don't give the name of the Congress people that were on board. And frankly, I really don't want to go look up for this information. I will leave this for the people to go ahead and do your own research. Are we good on that? Are we good on this? Should we move in? Let us move in. We got a lot to go. Are we good on this? Okay, those Congress members, you don't know what those people were going to do, man. Yes, the helicopter pilot was a black man, so to speak. I really don't want to get into it because you have a lot of emotional people. When you try to tell them, like, all of us that look like that or not, a lot of people look like us, they're not us. Okay, I have nothing against this brother. I have no idea who he is. His name bring me peace. His name is Sean Keys Johnson, gracious God and stuff like that. I really don't want to get into it. I'm just gonna get on this side. But 83 as in whole, they are catching hell. They are catching hell. Okay, all right. Yeah, they are catching. I really don't want to get into it because you'll have people they won't look under the surface. They will just look the skin and say, "Oh, this black man was murdered by the Illuminati. They sacrificed him because I don't know and stuff." Now, the fellow was 36 years old, 3 plus 6. You know what to do. All those stuff. If you break him down, you see where he was serving and the things that he'd done in the past. Things happen. Okay, you really don't want to get into that. All right, good. So we good. All right. Now,
news out of Florida, a small airplane has crashed. We have breaking news out of Florida. A small airplane has crashed near Interstate 95 in Boca Raton. Police say the Cessna 310 had just taken off for Tallahassee when the crash happened. 3 people were on board right near the Boca Airport. ABC News transportation correspondent Sam Sweeney is tracking that story for us. Sam, what do we know so far?
This was a twin-engine Cessna plane, carries typically between 4 and 6 people. We are told that 3 people were on board, but we do not know their conditions. The plane had taken off earlier this morning from the Boca Raton Airport. It was headed to Tallahassee, but just after takeoff, there was some sort of issue with the plane. They tried to come back, and you can see that flight path there making a lot of circles. That indicates that there was some sort of control issue there. The pilot likely trying to stabilize the aircraft and get it back on the ground, but as we can see from those aerial images, they were unable to make it back to the Boca Raton Airport. That plane exploded into a fireball. And again, 3 people were on board. We do not know their conditions. I-95 in the area is shut down. Those railroad tracks going right underneath that overpass of 95 there in Boca. Also, that surface street next to the tracks closed as well as investigators try to figure out what happened here.
So what are the next steps for investigators, or maybe even the first steps this early on?
Well, they're going to look at the air traffic control. What was the pilot telling the tower? We aren't able to listen to that on our normal feeds because the reception was poor, but they will go to that. They will see what they were being told. They're going to look at the wreckage. Unfortunately, on these small aircraft, there isn't typically any sort of a black box, but potentially there was a GoPro or some sort of camera rolling inside the plane that they're able to salvage. They'll try to collect all of that perishable evidence there on the scene before it is cleaned up.
All right, Sam Sweeney, thank you.
So all the people on board, okay, 3 dead, they didn't survive, all right? They didn't survive. All 3 of them, they didn't survive. Now, let's break this down and see what's going on here. Boca Raton, for those of you who don't know, Boca is very close to me. It's like 25 minutes away from where I'm at. Boca is known as Ish place. Boca, the word Boca Raton is Spanish for Boca mean mouth, Raton mean rat. The mouth of the rat. I believe that's what that means. I'm not. It escaped me, but that's a Boca mean mouth, Raton mean rat or something like that. So this video, okay, let me go before we go ahead and explain. Watch this video so you can see what happened here. Watch this.
Many rushing outside getting word of an emergency. The pilot on board this Cessna 310 keeps flying in circles until suddenly a crash.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The building shook. All of a sudden, no internet.
I heard the boom and basically shake of the windows.
Dylan Smith was in his office and saw that small Cessna 310 flying circles. It caught his eye.
It was extremely low. It almost appeared like it was going to skim the top of the roof, or had skimmed the top of the roof of the other corporate building nearby.
He was just too low.
Student pilot Jared Scarpato was at his flight school nearby and says he heard the transmissions, a stuck rudder on the plane. It had left Boca Airport en route for Tallahassee, and from the flight-aware data, you see the route it took in loops.
It was stuck to one side. He could only make left turns. They declared an emergency for a rudder issue, and they were trying to come into land.
The plane going down.
It's looping. It's looping. It's looping. He can't land. It can't land. It's looping. It's looping. It's looping. A crash. And everybody that was on board are no more. But who were on board? Who are those people? They haven't released anything else, okay? Who are those people? What the hell? What happened?
We have breaking news out of Florida. A small airplane has crashed near Interstate 95.
Of course, it crashed on what, beloved? Where did the debris, based on what you're seeing on your screen right now, where did it crash? What is the name of this? What is the name of this thing? It crashed right into it. You know, at least there's a part of the debris that is there. You know, bright line. This is it crashed right on the train track. We told you the train tracks, they follow the path of the ley lines. Okay, it crashed right on the train track, right on the ley line. I'm not making this up. It's right in front of you, right on the train track. And then if you look closely, I can't zoom in it. Okay, if you look closely, you can see the number 75 here. Okay, on both sides, 75, 75, 60, 60. You turn 60 upside down, you know what to do. You turn into 90, you add it. Amen. 7 plus 5, you know what that is. It's right in front of you. Okay, all right.
In Boca Raton, police say the Cessna 310 had just taken off for Tallahassee.
Okay, the Cessna 310, number 10, you know who's in the mist.
When the crash happened, 3 people were on board right near the Boca Airport. ABC News transportation correspondent Sam Sweeney is tracking that story for us. Sam, what do we know so far?
Diane, this was a twin-engine Cessna plane, carries typically between 4 and 6 people. We are told that 3 people were on board, but we do not know.
You know who reported this? Look at the name. Let me see if I can enlarge this. Look at the name of the person that reported this. It's right on your upper left. Excuse me. You see the name that reported this? The guy that filmed it. You can't make this up. Can you translate the name Miguel in English, and what does it mean?
In English, 9 can symbolize completion.
No. Miguel, the name Miguel.
Got it. Miguel is the Spanish form of Michael, which means who is like God. It's a rhetorical question emphasizing humility before God.
Thank you. Yeah, this thing is always listening. It's just because we're talking about number 9. It's you always record thing because at least that's what 83. They're always spying. At least that's what they think they can get out of this. They're always listening. They're listening to me. They are listening to you. They are watching your phone call, your text messages, what video you're watching, and what show. They've been doing that for some time. I told my people, don't really care about this. I want them to listen. I want them to watch. I want them to know It is coming. You know it's coming. You won't be able to stop it. You can't stop it. Miguel Coca. You see, oh man, where's my? Oh, well, I got I got the big one here. You got this guy named is Miguel of Spanish Coca, and you got the other dude name is Escobar. Oh, I was gonna make a joke about Pablo Escobar, but anyway, so Coca Escobar. So yeah, shalom, beloved. What you got for the nation?
Hey, shalom, Big Levi, shalom, family. This is Brother Armand. I didn't get the notification, and I wasn't sure if you were going to do any live anytime soon. But man, do you remember the plane crash where when the plane landed and it flipped over on the runway?
Yeah, the Delta airplane. Yeah,
just like a month ago, I guess.
Yes.
Anyway, you had cracked the joke and had said that you had made reference to penguins, right?
Yes, sir.
And so did I. And so, I just started, just goofing and with the comments. And man, family, you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. What just happened? I guess within the last 24, 48 hours or something like that, another helicopter had crashed. And the cause of the crash was a penguin. The helicopter was shipping a penguin. Somehow the penguin broke loose inside the helicopter. Some controls or some something very important, and the daggone helicopter crashed because of a penguin. You can't make this crap up. Because I woke up this morning and I read the article and I was like, am I dreaming? Am I really reading this? Because I had just made reference, about this plane crash a few weeks ago about penguins doing crazy stuff, and a helicopter literally crashed because of a penguin. So I was like, the Heavenly Father's got a wild sense of humor, because what are the odds of that happening?
Well,
it's crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a screenshot of the article.
I have it right here. I have it on screen right there. There's a penguin, and the penguin is in a box. It's in a card box. I got it.
Exactly. And I was like, man, am I really reading this right now? And I was like, man, the next time you go live, I'm glad that you picked up the phone on this. Because I was like, the family is not going to believe this. This is too wild for me. And, that's all I had to say, man, because at this point, they just need to relinquish power and just give us our stuff back, because there's no telling what the Heavenly Father is going to do to these people next. It really, I don't know what's wrong with them. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention, because I couldn't believe what I was reading this morning. It was crazy. So other than that, shalom, everybody, and y'all have a good one.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you for sharing.
Yep, sure. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so I can't wait for those guys to go blame Danny DeVito for this, because he played the penguin in that Batman movie. And I can't wait for those dudes to come after Birdman and saying Birdman was the one who was hiding in the Hudson River, okay, swimming in the Hudson River with a penguin, and literally grab a penguin and throw it at the helicopter, hit it, and stuff like that. Black people will take this, they will run with it. They'll run with that. Say Big Bird or something. Some bird hit that helicopter. I don't know what it is, but Birdman or Larry Bird, somebody is responsible for this. But mostly Birdman, because he's black. We got to put him in the same case with, Sir Sean Combs and Sean Carter. Yeah, somehow Birdman train a bird to put some of that bird lotion in the rudder, and then the lotion, the oil of, make the rudder come loose, and then you take it apart. Birdman train a bird so well that the bird went over there with a Phillips screwdriver, and then just unscrew one of the screws, and then died out there like one of those Mission Impossible movies, and then landed on the water, and then the helicopter crashed. They'll find a way. Yeah. They'll find a way to explain this and blame it on Birdman. I don't know, or Larry Bird, or the Danny DeVito. It's just always some bird. Okay, how freaking big is that bird to did this damage to the helicopter? Because I didn't see this. What happened here? Yeah, because they'll do this. They'll come out there, they make something about a bird. Okay, they say, okay, well, for those people that don't believe us, here's the proof. As you can see here, all right, we knew that Birdman was training those birds. You can see this article here, South Africa helicopter crash, blame on penguin and cardboard box that hit pilots. Okay, a pilot and 3 passengers were not injured after the helicopter crash from a low altitude in South Africa. And wake up, black people, wake up. Birdman is doing this. We need to come after him and then tell him, because he's in part with Sean Combs, Sean Carter. They were in the bird. They had some kids in there. They were going to traffic some underage girl, because that's what black folk are interested now. And then this happened, and stuff, Yeah. That's the explanation. Something weird, doesn't make any sense, and then you just sit down there like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Is that what that is? Yeah, Happy Feet did this. Somehow Birdman take a penguin and then throw it over there at this helicopter, and it hit the pilot, and stuff. Or some bird was putting a show for the pilot. Some bull. But nonetheless, beloved, to take this serious, okay, let's move on. All right. Okay, so all right, the thing in Boca, let's go get this. Boy, it's already 2 a.m. Good Lord. All right, so Miguel Coca, Coca, El Coca leave, the Coca leave, Escobar, Coca, 1980s, Florida, Boca Raton. Once I got a great sense of humor. To all of you CIA bastard, this is just a joke. Big Levi do not hoarding things like that in his house. Don't come and check in me. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so we're pretty much done with this. We're done with that. We watched the video. And okay, so we're pretty much done with that. Now, we're going to go to this. Yeah, somebody's playing Angry Birds with those airplanes over there. Like, what the hell? Now, some of you probably heard of that. Let's break this down. I was going to make an Esos Trouble video, but I had some issue. I'm like, man, I got to come out because tomorrow I won't have any time at all. Let me go ahead and come with this and do this before. I couldn't do the Esos Trouble. Too many stuff going on. All right, let's watch this, okay?
Toll in the catastrophic roof collapse at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic is rising. At least 124 people have now died, including a legendary merengue singer. Many others are still missing. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest on the rescue and recovery efforts.
A packed nightclub in the Dominican Republic, performers on stage, the audience dancing when suddenly everything comes crashing down. Authorities reviewing this video and others showing the moment the roof collapsed at Jet Set nightclub around 12:30 Tuesday morning. Another video shows a group of women walking away from the stage when part of the ceiling seems to give way. This man pointing at the roof, saying something fell. You can see heavy chunks of debris scattered around. National search authorities on scene looking through the rubble. Some survivors pulled from the debris, like this man carried away on a stretcher. Drone footage shows the extensive damage. Officials confirming well-known merengue singer Ruby Perez, who was performing that night, was among the dead. This video posted on Instagram shortly before the collapse. His family saying in a statement, his music will live forever.
And man, that man sang like he was like, his voice is incredible. He was like a family member of mine, so babysat my whole community out his babysat.
Local Governor Nelsie Cruz killed two, the sister of former Seattle Mariners player Nelson Cruz.
Former Major League Baseball players Tony Blanco and World Series champion pitcher Octavio Dotel also dying. Dotel played for a number of teams, including the New York Mets, who held a moment of silence at last night's game.
No word on what caused this collapse. The owners of the club saying there are no words to express the pain caused by this event. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
So,
hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Merengue.
Again, which one of you, excuse me, oh no, this one is, which one of you remember this?
Shooting stars? What is it? What are those?
Look up, everybody, look up! Look up!
Which one of you remember that?
Stars? What is it? What are those?
Look up, everybody, look up! Look up!
Are those shooting stars?
Remember this, beloved? And they said, oh, this was SpaceX that blew up somewhere in Texas. And then people all the way from Turks and Caicos, the Caribbean, Jamaica, especially in the Dominican Republic, they saw this thing. And then they were like, but this is SpaceX and stuff like that and things. Remember that? Remember this? 2 weeks ago, stunning blue spiral from SpaceX rocket seen in Europe. Oh, that's SpaceX. You know, it's like this is in Croatia, Spain. You know, that's SpaceX. You know, they shoot this rocket over there, and then the gas connected with the crystals, and then it did this thing over there. Well, at least that's what they told their people. You know what we told them? We told them over here, those are horrible and terrible omen. Get ready, Europe, for this summer. You won't get it. This is not a good sign for you. Now, let's go back to the video over there and with the so-called the Dominican over there. When we told those people, this is a horrible omen because it wasn't SpaceX, it was comets. And then we will come again. Every time something like that happened, and then they keep telling the people, it's SpaceX or whatever that is, right? You know, whatever you people want to do, whatever you want to say. We told you the so-called, the Dominican, of course, I talk about this here multiple times. So-called Dominicans, they have a great indignation for Haitians. If you want a Dominican to hate you, call him black. Now, if you want this Dominican to murder you, call him an Haitian. They don't sit too well with the word black, and they don't sit at all with the word Haitian. The whole island, of course, is known as Haiti, and the whole island is Haiti, of course. And we did told you that Haiti going to be in the news all over. Now, this time is the other side. You see, all those people that got on with 83, this guy over there, he's not a lightweight. This is the equivalent of I don't want to say R. Kelly, die, or one of the Prince. This is a great singer. This guy was a heavyweight. Notice that he was a heavyweight. He is no more. And the governor, okay, of Santo Domingo or wherever that section, the governor was in there. She died. Doing the thing collapsed on top of her. She was suffocating. She picked up her phone. She called the president and let the president know. There's few stuff that been saying. Let the president know she's dying. You got MLB heavyweight players die under this rubble. What? They were there partying, enjoying the blessing, because to them the blessing is still going on. To them, they when they those are the people that cleave unto 83. They made it very clear unto you. The so-called Dominican make it very clear unto you. They don't like you. They're not like you. Don't call them black. Hell, if you really want to offend them, don't call them. Well, call them Haitian. They made it very clear. It's not something that said behind closed door. They come right in your face. They made it known to you. Do not call them black because they are not black, and do not call them Haitian, or they don't like those people. They made it very clear. And this is what happened. Those are the heavyweights that are being taken down. You don't know what those people did behind closed door. The so-called Dominican down over there, they lynch the Haitian every day, all the time. It's all over the internet. You can type it. There's a video of a bunch of Haitian the Dominican They took them, okay? They tied them up in a public place. They pour gasoline upon them and they burned them. And they were laughing. They were making fun of them and calling them names, equivalent known to niggers. This is not a video that it's not a video that is old. It came out like in 2020, 2019, something like that. There are videos of them taking a Haitian woman and chop her up while they are filming, and then they are like hitting her with machete. They are cutting off her arm, and she's crying, and they're cutting off her head. They cut her off in like meat pieces, and then they put her over there and they spit on her and then say a horrible word unto her because she's Haitian. Those videos are online. They are there. I'm not making this up. You can ask any Dominican. They'll tell you. They'll take the Haitians. They will just tie them up and then pour gasoline and put tires upon their neck. Okay, there's a Haitian man. They just put him. They put tires. They put him in the midst of a bunch of tires. They put gasoline. They burn him. They do things like that. I'm not saying this to make you angry, or I'm not saying this to provoke anyone out there. I'm saying this as a fact. They really don't like it. Well, Haitians are hated everywhere. Everywhere those folks go, no one wants to receive them. No one wants to be with them or somewhere around them, because it's not like because they are bad, because there's a spirit with them that people fear when they are around them, and for good reason. They're hated everywhere. There is no other place. It's only a few places they even accept the so-called Haitians. They don't like those people. I'm not making this up. You can ask any Dominican or ask any Haitians. They do these things. It happened. Now, beloved, again, I'm not speaking in a general term, saying all of them doing this, but it is common knowledge, okay? There was in the 1930s or 1940s, the Dominican, they took their machetes and their knife and stuff like that. During the 1930s, they killed around 1 million Haitian. They chopped them up in pieces. women, children, and men, and then they moved the part. They took more of the land. Okay, they chopped them into pieces. That's the Haitian Holocaust caused by the Dominican. You need to know this. They killed over 1 million people. They are very proud of that. This is something they talk about right in the open. It's not things like they really say behind closed door. No, they said we murder 1 million of you and stuff. One of the things they are mostly boy, let me see this. Reps, okay. The emperor. So the emperor, Emperor Faustin, he was the Haitian emperor at that time. Let me take a more accurate. This one is better. Okay, this is the second Haitian emperor, Emperor Faustin Suluk. Around Faustin Suluk, around his time, the whole island, the so-called the Dominican were they were our subordinates, our vassals, so to speak. We didn't treat them wrong. We were treating them right, but because the kingdom, the empire at that time were going down, and then decided they break from the empire, and then they sided with 83, and they destroy our people. Okay, so ask the learned Dominican, about the history of the so-called, the DR, the Dominican, Republic, so to speak. They are still our vassals. They are still serf unto the Haitian Empire, unto the kingdom. They are well aware of that. Their president, their people, they are well aware of that. Okay, most of the stuff that you're seeing in Haiti, the gangs and stuff like that, it is caused by 83, mainly the so-called higher up over there in the Dominican Republic. They can tell you, without the Haitians, the so-called the DR is nothing. Most of the work, if not all of the good work and all the brain and mind, are the so-called Haitian doing all those work over there. I'm not making this up. Okay, but nonetheless, now let me stay and on topic right here. Okay, so no, wait, hang on. Let's go right here. We're gonna watch this. Okay, this is a huge merengue singer. All right, huge merengue singer, so to speak. This guy is heavyweight, very powerful man. Okay, all right, very, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. Let's keep on moving.
A singer, Ruby Perez, who was performing that night, was among the dead. This video posted on Instagram shortly before the collapse. His family saying in a statement, his music will live forever.
And man, that man sang like he was his voice is incredible. He was like a family member of mine, so baby sat my whole.
Okay, this dude, he'll tell you straight up, I'm not black. I'm not African American. I'm not like you people. Me no black. Okay? They'll tell you straight up. Okay?
Community at his baby side.
Local Governor Nelsie Cruz killed.
Okay, this is the governor. Okay, the local governor. All right? She died. When she was dying, she picked up the phone and calling the president. Certain things were said. That's what happened.
Killed too, the sister of former Seattle Mariners player Nelson Cruz.
Former Major League Baseball player.
Okay, those are heavyweight, Bridget. Those are guys that make millions. I can see the number right here. They make millions, yet they perish.
Nelson Cruz.
Former Major League Baseball.
Okay, those dudes. And they'll tell you straight up they're not black and they don't want to be around you. They want nothing to do with you. Those guys will tell you straight up. They don't no touching me, man. Try to put that curse on me, that voodoo thing, whatever curse you guys are dealing, they don't want to be part of it. And they are very vocal about it. And you know that.
Baseball players Tony Blanco and World Series champion pitcher.
Okay, so those are all huge baseball players. Those dudes are heavyweight. They are very well known over there. They are celebrities. Okay, they are very good over there. Okay, but they all die. Okay, but this thing collapsed. Okay.
Octavio Dotel also dying. Dotel played for a number of teams, including the New York Mets.
Okay. Otavio Dotel.L. All right. Remember 3 weeks ago? Remember that?
In Punta Cana overnight, Joshua Reeby was back on the beach. Around 1:30 a.m., the 22-year-old and investigators walking the same general area where he may have been the last person seen with Sudiksha Kunanki, the University of Pittsburgh student who vanished more than 10 days ago. Meanwhile, in a statement first reported by NBC News, Reeby's attorneys allege his passport has been confiscated. He is permanently escorted by the police anywhere he goes. The country's national police have said no suspects have been identified. Meanwhile, Reeby speaking exclusively to NBC News at the resort where he's allegedly confined. It's the same hotel where Kunanki was staying before her disappearance on March 6th. "I'm just trying to help them out," he said, adding the ocean is a dangerous place. NBC News also obtained this transcript from one of Reeby's interviews with investigators, which we translated from Spanish. Reeby telling authorities he and Kunanki both almost drowned before he helped get her back to shore, but they were still in knee-deep water. "I asked if she was okay. I didn't hear her answer because I started vomiting all the seawater I'd swallowed. After vomiting, I looked around and didn't see anyone. I thought she'd grabbed her things and left. I felt really bad and tired. I lay down on a beach chair and fell asleep because I couldn't go far." Meanwhile, the search for Kunanki appears far from over.
Jesse Kirsch joins us from Punta Cana now. Jesse, any word from the State Department on next steps for Reeby?
The U.S. State Department wouldn't even confirm if an American is being detained here. Meanwhile, Dominican prosecutors told us they couldn't confirm any information because this case is still under investigation. Hallie?
So, this happened 3 weeks ago in the Dominican Republic, so to speak, all right? March 16, for those of you remember, because a lot, especially our people, things are coming so fast and people are not able to make the connection, okay? So now, what happened over there? This young girl, they say she went into the ocean and then they don't see her. That's what they said, all right? For those of you who may not be familiar, you can try to check with the people, the Dominican folks that are staying in the other side of Haiti. There are a lot of people that are being missing. They just walk by the rivers, they walk by the ocean, and that's it. You don't see them, you will never see them. There's a little boy, excuse me, he went missing, and one of the elders over there tell him the spirit that are in the water took the boy. And then after a few weeks, they come to consult this elder. He's also missing. Plenty of people are going over there and they just disappear. They don't know what's going on. Some say, they were murdered. Of course, they're going to blame the Haitian for it. They start blaming them because anything you are afraid you cannot explain, blame it on whoever that you hate. Remember the lynching? Oh, he's a thief. He raped a white woman. This white girl screamed and run to a bunch of white men and say, he looked at me funny. He was about to rape me. They murdered this black man. The Haitians, they are nasty. They are ugly. Let's murder them. That give us, they are witches and stuff like that. This is the reason. Let's murder them. That's what they do. And you see, it's been like this for not weeks, months over there. You always hearing things over there. A lot of stuff happen, but of course they don't bring them here. And frankly, most of the so-called our people, they do not care about that. If the airplane had Kobe Bryant in it, the black community would have enraged. They would have go, whoo. If the airplane had, like, I don't know, R. Kelly into it, that would have been worth news in the so-called the black community. But a CEO, a billionaire, his wife, an entire family, I don't give a freak about that. Where is the janitor? Where is the gossip? Who they were sleeping with? Well, they weren't sleeping with anyone. They just came here, but I don't want to know about it. Most of those folks out there, they do not care about that. Airplane are dropping off the sky, I don't care about that. But that airplane drop, there was a black celebrity in there. And, he used to play with other people's genitals. Yes. We're going to make that news. We're going to tell the people, I told you Jacob Strobel is here. Look at what happened to this genital fellow. And no one would sit and say, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? Boca Raton, Florida, Hudson, the Dominican Republic, the Croatia, the Spain, and all. What's going on with those people? It is all the CEOs, all the baseball player, the best singer, people that are high up. And then they are dying in a horrible condition. Beloved, do you know what it is for a roof, concrete roof to fall on top of you and you are lying there dying? And you take your phone, you call a family member or someone and say, I'm sorry, I'm dying because I got this block of concrete on my chest. Tell my mom I love her. I tell this. Do you know what that is? This is a horrible death. In conclusion,
Hour. In Southeast Asia today, a major earthquake rocked Myanmar and surrounding countries, collapsing multiple buildings and complicating rescue efforts. As of now, more than 140 people have reportedly been killed across 3 cities in Myanmar, and at least 10 in neighboring Thailand have died. The epicenter of the 7.7 magnitude quake was near Myanmar's second largest city and was followed by a 6.4 magnitude aftershock. Debbie Edward of Independent Television News has the latest from Bangkok, Thailand.
The man filming shouted a warning, but it took just 3 seconds for the entire skyscraper to collapse. He kept recording as he and his co-workers fled in terror and were engulfed in dust.
So this is in Myanmar and Thailand. Well, the name Myanmar, first it was known as Burma. That's why you got the Burmese Python, and then they keep changing it. They keep changing it to now it's Myanmar and stuff like that. But just like Thailand was known as Siam, that's why you get the term Siamese twin, and then now it's named Thailand. Everywhere those people go, and then they find original people, there are people, they murder them, and then they rename the land, and they do a lot of stuff, and then this thing happened. One of the dudes that do earthquake, he said this was not a 7.7. It was actually a 9.0, or whatever that is. They keep downgrade them. They say, oh, well, this thing, oh, that's like, 300 people died there. When in fact, when it came out, NBC, the Sun over there, the Sun.uk, the Sun.co.uk said over 100,000 people. They say casualty. For some reason, when you say casualty now, it just mean like they got hurt. It doesn't mean anything else. You see, this type of news won't go into the so-called the black community because they don't care about that. This is not prophecy. The so-called the Hebrew Israelites community, this is a prophecy. Over 100,000, no more. This is a prophecy. China, with the population of 1.4 billion, now they count barely 400 million left. You got over 1 billion people missing in China, no more. This is a prophecy. This is it. This isn't Esau's trouble. This isn't 83's trouble. That has nothing to do with nothing. Korea, Japan, they basically don't have anybody over there. Italy, their population, this is a prophecy. Greece, the flooding going on over there, the people being displaced, killed, and missing and all that, this is a prophecy. This is just thing that happened. You know what prophecy is? The chip. You know what prophecy is? The Antichrist. You know what prophecy is? Building of the third temple. For those of you who wish to go to sleep, you can go. We're basically done. We're just going to we concluded with this. We're going to make an announcement. We're good. You know what prophecy is? A black man walking down the street got shot and then by the police, and then this is Jacob's trouble. We need to go through this. Prophecy is the black woman and the black child being raped. That's prophecy. That's what some people are out there. They want that to happen. But all those other stuff, like, wait a minute, those people are disappearing. You are seeing fewer and fewer people. They are dying. What's going on? Those CEOs and everybody keep their mouth shut, and which already tell you who they are working for. Let this, beloved, happen. You see that helicopter? Let this happen. Let's say, which black? I don't know. Venus Williams. God forgive me. I have nothing against the sister. Let's say it was Venus Williams or a family, couple black dude in a helicopter. This thing happened. This would be the prelude to Jacob's trouble. But because it's happening to those high up, those elites, those so-called CEOs, this is a prophecy. Beloved, for those of you that watch this from head to toe, that watch this from the beginning to now, you witness everything. Is this Jacob's trouble? Those CEOs that are dying in their airplane, helicopters, and horrible crashes, is that a prelude to Jacob's trouble? Do you feel that there's something coming for our people? Do you feel that we're gonna, Big Levi, we're gonna have to go to certain age because they are going to hish? This $6 trillion that those people pretend they didn't have to pay reparation or whatever that is, they lost, and all those 401k, is this Jacob's trouble? With all your might, with all your senses, you sat there, you watched those things. I'm not making this up, you watch it. Is that Jacob's trouble? Do you feel that Big Levi somehow, some way in the future, those CEOs that die in that whatever Hudson River, they're going to come back to life because they got the technology for that, and then they're going to put us in Jacob's trouble? All those big people that die in the Dominican Republic, they're going to give them some form of technology, alien, Nephilim, fallen angel. They're going to come back, and next thing you know, they're going to put us in Jacob's trouble. Is that what that is? You see, this is what it calls common sense, and this is above all, the Holy Spirit is within you. If you have peace, if you're not moved, you're not dismayed, you're not disturbed. Some of you didn't even know when those things happen. You're like, what the hell? All those things will happen. I had no idea. Then you're at peace. This isn't Jacob's trouble. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. Be at rest. Now, thank you. This is our announcement. Yes, beloved, because for those of you, the students, this is for the student. You know what? Let me bring this a little bit closer since I am going to make the announcement. To the students out there on Patreon, we had finished studying the book. We just finished the book. Oh boy. The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Great book. We study ourselves. It is good. All right. We're done with the whole book. Beautiful. A lot of stuff went there. And we're going to take a 3 weeks break. We'll come back on May the 1st. And this will give you time to let the knowledge permeate it. Just be chill and get some rest. And some of you, you can catch up in that meantime. All right. It's already 12. At 6 p.m. Eastern time, we will have a meeting for Gravis and above. It's magnificent. We have a sister. The sister is gangster. All right. The sister is OG. The sister gonna be there. We got two sisters that did the experiment, and then it's marvelous. They have things they want to share with you. For those Gravis and above, we cannot record this, unfortunately, and we urge you to be there. Do the best you can to be there. You may not be face to face. If you're at work, put it there, put it in your ear, just listen, because it is incredible. The experiment that they experienced, that they had. Okay. Today you will receive the link, Gravis and above. For the others, the homework for the month of I shall say the month of April and May, the homework for April and May will come up. Okay, so and if you are a neophyte, once we come back on May the 1st, we will study the 33 strategies of war by Robert Greene. This is pretty much, it is similar or parallel to the 48 Laws of Power. Very good book, magnificently good. If you are into business, if you are into if you're into business and all that stuff, please join us. And if you are into studies, because just because you don't go to school anymore or you're done with school doesn't mean you stop learning. We always learning. Okay, please join us. We're going to study this book. And if you are a neophyte, unfortunately, from now on, you won't be able to access our studies. However, you have over 700 videos and books and stuff you can still have. Okay, from moving forward, neophyte, you're gonna have to upgrade to student or more in order for you to access those things, because we are getting closer to the close. Like I say, at one point, hey, just like you, hey, the brother is something happened. So this is what it is for the month of while we are down. We're gonna have we're gonna have Esos Trouble and Zoom meeting for our people. You can do whatever you want with your membership, but we ask that if you've been watching all the videos, please get some rest. If you haven't, do the best that you can to catch up and do whatever. Go at your own pace, okay? Don't try to watch all of it because it's a lot. I mean, it's a big book, man. The book, it was the lessons, the people loved them. Brother William, Sister Darlene, they love the lesson because there's a lot of good stuff that align with the life and things like that, okay? That's what happened. So do the best that you can. You don't have to be there every day or every night to study with us. And the lessons, they always there. They will, as long as you're still a member, you can still go ahead. If you are planning to be a new member, please do not sign up as a neophyte. We are going to probably in the next few months, we will get rid of neophytes, because at this point, 3 years, you should, if you shouldn't be a neophyte. You should be jam in this thing. Okay. All right. So that's all we have to say concerning this matter. Any question, beloved? I do not want to keep my people to stand up or stay up. It's already 2:33 a.m. Eastern time, and some of the seniors, they gotta go to sleep. Tomorrow is Saturday. Well, today is Saturday anyway, so some of you may not go to school. Excuse me, not to school, work and stuff like that. It takes a while to be off. I'm still trying to learn the meaning behind the ley lines. Well, we got a video like that. The ley line in grosso modo is the energy that is permeating the earth. They are the spider web that is around the earth. Well, metaphorically speaking, of course. It's everywhere, okay? All right, so the ley line, they penetrated you. They're everywhere. You can feel it. For those of you who practice Qigong, once you build a ball, you can feel the magnetic field. Okay, the ley line, you can feel them. Okay, they are energy. All right. Let me see. Big Levi, we should not read ahead of you with the 32 strategy. No, beloved, go ahead, read ahead, read ahead. That's that's the best thing to do. Read ahead of me. Don't spend like the 3 weeks doing nothing. If you just go read ahead. You can read ahead, man. You can read other books. Do your best. The reason is when we study together, you get other point of view. You get something that you were missing. But it is always good to read ahead. That's why I told this. I give the people 3 weeks to get the book. You can start reading, man. And after that, we're probably going to jump into how to become a seducer or seduction. And then the final book, mastery. Then we're good with Robert Greene. And we're good with psychology. Then we're going to move probably back to magic or science. We're going to study science or literature, most likely Greek or French literatures or science. I'm not quite sure. We come back to magic. There's a lot going on. Okay. Somebody have some question about blood moon? Not quite sure. For those of you, you can go to sleep. I'm just taking a few questions, and then we should be good. Yes, I highly recommend Proverb 31 Princess to catch up with the laws of human nature. It will help you personal. Whatever that you are doing, it's on a personal level. You are not studying other people. You're studying yourself. You are putting your own house in order first before you can go help another person fix their house or help another person move and help them move things to another apartment. No, you fix your own home first. You fix everything. And if you have time, you may want to help others, but I will not recommend this. Focus on yourself. This is not me telling you being selfish. I'm telling you this time now, it's all about you. It's all about the the great I am, which is in you, in me. It's about me focusing on this and do my thing, get myself well, get my mind, complete. I ain't got time. Listen, none of you have time here to babysit growing up people. This is not what that is. You ain't got time to give people a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance. No, man, this is not that. Yo, you got your own hish. You go deal with your own hish, man. I got plenty on my plate right now, man. I ain't got time for this. I'm studying to make myself better, and you do you. You do you right now, man. I ain't got time trying to be there and then trying to please. To my people, for those of you that study the laws of human nature with us, stop taking folk emotional garbage and deal with their emotional stuff for them. Stop taking another person's life and deal with their hish for them. You got your own hish. Some of you say, but Big Levi, I don't have this. No, you have things. You got baggages. You need to deal with them. Let other people deal with whatever they have to deal. Okay? All right. I appreciate you, Big Levi. Would you know the meaning behind dreaming of 24 moons on 12/24/24? 12 moons on top of bottom as well. Plus, there was a blood moon on my birthday, March the 14th. Well, 24 moons is analogous to the 24 elders, which again, I really don't want to go into this because certain people, when you're talking about angels and elders, they will say, oh, you are entering my domain now. And I am the only person that have authority over those type of scriptures, so I really don't want to get into this. Now, for those of you that are familiar, the moon have 28 stations, so to speak, 28 cities with 28 huge continents, so to speak, with people in there. They have people in the moon. They are called the Levanahites. They are super advanced beings. They are there. They will depend on you. So the 24 moon is synonymous to the 24 elders, and in the midst of it there's a blood moon. Now, blood, we always have this negative, I'll say, not mindset, but oh boy, I got a phone call here, but blood is life. Okay, blood is the electromagnetic. All right, let me take the call. Hello.
Shalom, Big Levi.
Hey,
It's Romy Black. How are you doing?
Doing all right, beloved. Go ahead.
You're having a party, aren't you?
Yes, it was late.
Listen,
Yes.
that I think it's tapped mindset. I'm not sure, but he first texted in the chat that he had a dream of 24 blood moons, not moons, but it was blood moons that he had a dream of.
Okay, yeah.
And the first thing came to mind was that we average about 2 blood moons a year. So that's a 12-year period. And it's 1 blood moon in the spring feast and 1 in the fall feast day. And so that's like a 12-year period. And then he also said, or that person also said that 12 up top, 12 at the bottom. And the only other thing that came to mind is, as above, so below.
Exactly.
So the thing is, though, is that we are the ones affecting and causing the changes in the number of blood moons that we're having. And so what we're having is rare phenomenons of a lunar eclipse, which is the blood moon, and then like 2 weeks later, the solar eclipse. And normally they would be more spread apart. So like the example would be the solar eclipse of 2017 and then 2024. Over a 7-year period, you saw that happen. But now what we're going to start to see is basically 2 blood moons a year. So I believe he was dreaming of a 12-year period.
Okay.
So that could be going forward.
Yes. Thank you.
I mean, based on, if I don't know what else the person dreamt, but they did say that they dreamt 24 blood moons. So averaging 2 a year, that would be a 12-year period. And then 12 up top, 12 bottom, as above, so below.
Thank you.
That's what I got from that.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you for clarifying this. As above, so below. If the same thing that you see above is the same thing that we have below, and if there is a firmament above, there is one below, because if those people could have get out of here, they would have just dig a hole under and then pop up at the other side. Whatever that you see, the marvelous things, just the one down here is a terrible copy of the one that is up there. Thank you so much, beloved, for clarifying this.
Okay,
folks.
one last thing. The
Yes.
fact that they had a blood moon on their birthday, okay, what that means is we below us, the remnant, is affecting what's going on spiritually above, which is now affecting the judgment below.
Thank you.
Okay, shalom.
Shalom, beloved. All right. Yes, this is good to have others to bring their perspective and their expertise into this. Thank you so much. Somebody did call and I couldn't pick up. For those of you that are wondering where to get the Patreon, the link is Shalom, beloved. The link is in the description.
Shalom, Big Levi. This is Sister Antoinette.
Yes, beloved. Go ahead.
Hi. Okay, just something very quick. When I was driving from work, God was showing me a picture of an angel in gear, and he had a sword in his hand. He pushed it down. So I had to look in AI, and it says when an angel is depicted holding a sword pointing downward, it typically signifies the end of conflict or a period of peace.
Good.
And it's also seen as a symbol of divine authority and justice. So this is the moment now where God is hearing us. And now our conflict is over with Psalms 83. He's letting, the angels letting me know it is completed, it's done.
Yes, indeed. And there is nothing those people can do to escape this, because this is not something that you can just fight your way out of it or ignore your way out of it. It ain't gonna happen. So that's what that is. Thank you, beloved, for sharing this with us. Okay.
You're welcome. Sorry to Shalom, family. Shalom, Mishpah. Bye-bye.
It's all good. Shalom. All right. Then. Okay, I just put a link to the Patreon. Okay, we're taking a break. The last lesson that we did was the law of human nature, a philosophy of life through death. It is good to meditate on your mortality, to meditate on your death. Death is not something you should fear. Okay, because one thing that they did to our people is fear of death. Our people, they fear death, they fear living. So you should sit there and meditate on your death, like when you're gonna go, and the fear of death will leave you. A lot of people in the midst of us, the fear of death left them a long time ago. So do the best you can. All right, those are all the lessons that are there. Okay, for the intra templum and gravis, to get anything your heart desired. Okay, the sort of formula, perfume, or cologne for good fortune. To have anything your heart desired, you can go ahead and then do this. Download this PDF, but only available for those 2 classes. They are word of power and formula and things for you to do. And this is all the lessons, okay? Highly recommend the laws of generational myopia with Louis the 14, the 16, the last one, Marie Antoinette, all these things, all those beautiful stuff, okay? So yeah, just like there's a death, there's the birth, there's a death, okay? That's just like you have a birthday, you have a death day. Okay, you should celebrate both your birthday and your death day. Both of them are there. You have a time, you have a ticker, a timer. Time is moving. Tick tock, tick 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 tock, tick tick. Things happen. Okay. All right. I need to be a Gravis or student. Highly recommend Gravis because you will be able to download all the word of powers and all the other PDF, and then join us on that special stuff that we're going to do later on. Do the best. Okay. All right. Okay. Final question. Anybody else? Again, I want to learn a lot. I mean, everything. All right. Let me go ahead. I know some of our people are excited, but let me caution you there. Tip mindset. Do the best that you can. Do not try, because once the spirit come to you, beloved, your mind is overwhelmed. Information gonna come all of you like, what the hell? How am I knowing those things? It's a lot. Okay, just take your time. Okay, do the best that you can. Don't try to learn everything at once. Just a little. Take a break, relax, and then get some sleep. Get the mind time to the brain. Time to relax, and then come back. All right, because it's a lot. Okay, just go at your own pace. If you are somebody that learn fast, go fast. But if you're someone that learns slow, do your best. Okay. Yeah, man. When I came into this thing, I'm like, all those information are coming like everywhere. Suddenly, I know how to do everything. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know how to do this thing. I didn't even know information about that. Where did I learn that? It's coming from. I'm like, oh, good Lord. Whoa. Let me take a break, man. Good grief. You're going to see things other peoples are not seeing, or they can see. You're going to understand other things others are not until you tell them, and they're like, oh, so wow. It makes sense, but they won't know it. Okay, do your best. Do the best that you can. Join us on Patreon and that. Beloved, with this, I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love. And we have a book, of course. The book it's right there. You can see it. Get the book. All the links are in there. Okay. Brother Nate. Shalom, Brother Biglevi Tawada for the live. Yes, you're welcome, Brother Nate, and the Nate the Smith family. Biglevi, I've watching you for years and I learn fast. Do the best. If you learn fast, do the best, because I have a lot of people that want to learn so much. They learn so much in such a short period of time, and then the brain collapse. So give your time some best. Give your yourself some time and then learn. Do the best. It's a lot of excitement, okay? Do the best that you can, all right? For anyone here that's been following us or studying with us, rather, for years, can telling you, they learn a hell of a lot of stuff. They learn more than they learn what studying with us than they ever learn in school. Okay, so and things like that. So the death date, the day that you, it's a formula, unfortunately. The great professor have to do it for you, but you have to pay it, and then we'll tell you, hey, you got 20 years and 30 years to go. For instance, let's say you are 40 years old, and then you got like another 50 or 60 years to live. And then once you know this, you ain't gonna go ahead and stand in front of a store arguing with some Negro. You ain't gonna go ahead and spend like the next 60 years, or let's say you do the amount, you got like 10 years to live. They say in 10 years, the probability of you to go, it's high. So you're going to spend the next 10 years trying to fight people online. You don't even know them. You're going to spend the next 10 years worrying about where you're going to get, who's going to become president, who's going to vote for. No, man, you're going to focus on yourself and do something. You leave your legacy when you left there. You're going to do a Steve Jobs thing. When you left there, you left something that the world going to keep talking about you. You make your mark there, okay? Beloved, I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love. Be at peace again. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. I will see you folks tomorrow for the Zoom meeting. You will receive the link. And I say shalom.